guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Maria. I am the owner of Baffling Beads AT, a shop for handmade beaded jewelry over on Etsy, and also a second shop, Baffling Beads for You, where I sell check glass beads and some other beading supplies. If you're curious about my shops and you want to check them out, please find the links down below in the description box. You can also find all my social media links. So today is Saturday and I've decided to record a cozy and probably short studio vlog. I don't really have any plans for today. Some of you probably know that I had my bead shop update on Tuesday. So last weekend I pretty much spent all my time taking photos of my new bead stock, editing photos, making new listings, writing titles and descriptions, configuring all the prices. So that was quite a lot of work. I pretty much worked through all Saturday to Tuesday until I had my bead shop update. So that was quite stressful, but I made it on time. And some of you already shop with me, so thank you so much for all your orders. I currently have a few open orders, all for beads that need to go out on Monday. I will pack those this evening because just in case another big order comes in, I will then pack that one tomorrow because I like to use the light. The sun's pretty bright today. So just in case another big order comes in by tomorrow, that I can switch it up. Because those orders actually take me quite some time to fulfill. I will spend my time beading this weekend. I would love to add some new earrings tomorrow to my shop. I would love to add those tomorrow because I will leave very soon for a business trip. So I will be gone for 2 weeks and I want to add those earrings soon because I still want to be able to ship them in case you're interested. So I need to get that done tomorrow or Monday, sometime soon. My shops will stay open, but as always I will increase the processing time for all my products, both finished products and personalized requests. Just keep in mind that I won't be home for 2 weeks and I won't be able to ship anything. So when you're watching this, the processing time will already be increased in my shops. And orders should go out again on the 19th of February. So because I will miss Valentine's Day, because I will be on my trip, I want to add my new earring studs on time. So I made very cute little love heart earring studs. So these are new. I think I came up with the idea on Wednesday and then I needed a few tries to figure out how to properly make them so that they're nice and even, and I'm happy with the colors. So I have a few done by now, but I have many more prepared to bead. So I've glued some of the love heart beads on felt so that I can bead the first part, and then I have some in this state. So the studs are already glued on there and the first beading part is done. So I have some of those and I would like to get as many done as possible without stressing about it, of course. And then I also want to make some new unique larger earrings with these stone beads that I have. They are agate stones. They have a reddish brown color and I like to make 2 unique pairs. Unique earrings are always marked as unique in my shop. You can find the mark in the description in case you're interested in unique pieces. But I would also like to make those. I won't be able to make everything. I will just do what feels right for today and what I want to do, and I won't stress out about it. So I want to include more semi-precious stones in my jewelry. I have a pretty large order coming from India, and it will get here while I'm gone, you know, on my business trip. I would love to just experiment, try new things with those stones. They will be cabochons. I didn't buy any stone beads. So it's all cabochons, and I want to use them for bead embroidered earrings. So I've decided that I would like to, you know, start right away, try a few design and pattern ideas. And I actually got out my round seed beads for those, because I don't know whether you've tried bead embroidery before, but I've noticed that bead embroidery is far easier to do with round beads instead of cylindric beads, because those cylindric beads, they have such a uniform shape that if you can't manage to put them all orderly and even in one row, you see it far easier than if you're using round beads. That's just my experience. So because I'm still learning and trying things, I've decided to get out all my round beads. They are down there. I still have them from my very first beginner projects I did years back. So for those of you who don't know, I started beading jewelry in March 2021. And yeah, because I didn't have any clue what I was doing and I didn't know anything about seed beads out there, I pretty much bought anything that looked pretty. And so now I have a whole stash of Toho and Miyuki round beads. So in the beginning of 2022 I decided to use cylindric beads as my staple bead. So I haven't used round beads that much, only the tiniest, you know, the 15-0. I use those all the time, but not 11-0. So I got out all my round beads for these new earrings that I want to make. And yeah, when I'm back from my business trip, I really want to use all those hopefully very beautiful stones that I will then have. And I got far too many. They will probably last me for, I don't know, a long time. Maybe 40 to 50 stones. So I got 4 pairs that I will make into earrings. And all the other stones are pretty much unique. They don't come in pairs. So I want to make necklace pendants with them, maybe brooches, and maybe, if they're not too different, I would love to make mismatched earrings, you know, that are just similar enough but not quite. So the next vlog you're watching, hopefully those orders will be here from India, and then we will have a look. But today I will work on my bead embroidery, and tomorrow I will see what I managed to finish and what I want to add to my shop. So yeah, let's embroider for a while. It is pretty late in the day already. It's about 10 AM. And since I didn't have anything for breakfast, I will have an early lunch instead. So, but for now, let's bead. got myself some fresh tea because I would like to talk to you for a little bit. And that's why I'm being all cozy, because there are things that I don't want to talk about. So I will try to make this as pleasant as I can for myself. People are asking time and time again, how come that I've started beading jewelry? And I wish that I could tell you about the fun or pleasant or heartwarming story about my past, that inspired all of this. But you know, that's not how it was. So I thought, I guess it's time to answer. You know, doesn't really matter who watches this, because just because you gain some more information about me shouldn't really impact anything much, hopefully. And if it does, it's on that person and certainly not on me, because there's nothing different about me just because someone else has gained some more insight into my personality. I don't have anyone in my family or among my friends who beads. You know, it always was more popular to draw or to knit or to crochet, but I don't really have anyone around me who does anything with glass beads or seed beads or anything. It was a pretty random choice for me to start beading, especially because I don't wear any jewelry, especially not bright and colorful and big jewelry. That's just not what I'm wearing, what I'm not comfortable wearing. So yeah, it's a reasonable question to wonder why I started beading at the time that I did. So I started beading in March 2021. So that's now almost 3 years ago. When people ask me why, my usual very short answer is because I was told to get a new hobby. And that's true. I was told to get a new hobby. But I was told by my therapist at the time, because she had just diagnosed me with severe depression back in 2021, and she needed to stabilize me before we would start trauma therapy. She needed me to get a hobby which would get me out of my catastrophic thinking at the time and me spiraling all the time, because I was so deep in that hole that she just couldn't start trauma therapy right away. Because by the way, I don't know anything about these topics. I just want to tell you how I got here, and yeah, take everything with a grain of salt, you know. Trauma therapy can actually be dangerous for people who are not stable enough to do it, you know, because usually you get worse after those sessions. I guess we can all imagine how worse can look like for a severe depressed person. So she told me to get a hobby, something completely new, which would, you know, focus my thoughts more and keep me away from all those nasty thoughts in my head. So that was pretty much my homework back then when she sent me home. And on my way home from my therapy session, I just, you know, pondered what kind of a hobby I would start, you know, especially one that's not dependent on any numbers, that I'm not pressured into being good at, something completely new, and that I would just try out and focus on for the time. Within, I think, 15 minutes back then, I decided that I would start beading jewelry. Just like that. I didn't know anything about it. Nothing. The only thing I ever really did with some seed beads when I was a child was make some, you know, figurines, some animals, beaded animals. But not really jewelry ever. I had been very creative in my childhood years, and I did so many things. I did pottery, drawing, painting, knitting, crocheting, paper art, you know, origami, and I wanted to do something which I hadn't tried before. So that was that. So that day I went home and I ordered a whole bunch of stuff. I didn't know anything about seed beads. I bought the cheapest beads that I could get, and far too many, and I still have them, and I can't use them for anything because they are so cheap and I don't know what to do with them. And then later on, you know, I learned about Miyuki, and then later on I learned about Toho, and that's how all of this came to be. You know, I didn't pay any mind to money because money really wasn't the problem at the time. My mental health was the problem at the time, and it was urgent. So I had weekly sessions because I was in such a bad mental state back then, and I needed to improve quickly so that we could start trauma therapy. Also therapy, I paid it out of pocket. I didn't even know whether I would get any money back from my insurance because I just didn't care. I just needed to get better at the time. It was pretty early in 2021, so pretty much I think New Year's Eve. Was it New Year's Eve? I think so. I confided in my boyfriend how badly I was doing. I mean, he knew that it was bad, but he didn't know how bad. And he pleaded with me to try therapy and that he would support me in any way he could, which he did. I'm very grateful for having him. Man, talking about this is giving me such a headache. And yeah, so those beads arrived then very quickly after I've ordered them. And then I learned pretty much everything from YouTube. I've never learned anything from a book or from a, you know, in-person course or anything. I learned everything from YouTube. And then when I, you know, knew some basic beading techniques, I just started trying things. And pretty much any minute I had free time and I was home, I would sit down and just bead. Every day. For as long as I could. Because then I thought about all my creative ideas and all the things that I could and should try, and I had all those pretty beads and colorful beads around me, which basically just took me away from my memories and thoughts at the time. So then, a few weeks into that, me starting beading, I started trauma therapy. So my therapist did EMDR with me, so that's called eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. And I mean, if you want to know more about it, you can read up on it. I needed to be stable for it. She pretty much checked in with me, of course, before every session, how I was feeling, whether we could do it or not. And afterwards she also always made sure, you know, that I had her contact information, phone numbers ready if things got bad. So usually I had those sessions on Friday afternoon because it was common for me to be very, very sick the following days. And I didn't want this to have any impact on my work or anything. You know, I just wanted to work through it and be done with it. You know, to just be able to live normal again. I really can't tell you how many weeks we did this. Maybe almost 3 months, I would say, until we figured that I did enough processing of those events. And yeah, it got, I mean, I would say it really helped me. It's still not easy to talk about things, but I'm definitely not severely depressed anymore. I really don't know whether it's actually possible to heal from pretty much a decade-long depression that was undiagnosed for so long. But I have days where I actually feel pretty good. And I'm very happy about this. And you know, if people don't have any experience with depression, I guess it's very hard to, or maybe impossible to understand how it feels. But I wasn't able to feel joy or happiness for years. And I don't know whether there are things that you would, I don't know, maybe want to know more about. You know, maybe some other time we can talk about this. But saying things out loud makes them so much more real that only in these moments I realize how raw all of this feels. Beading is definitely much more for me than just a hobby, and it's more than business. This is me coping, pretty much. This is me finding my inner peace. Okay, I just needed a moment. So yeah, the best thing about beading really is that it brings joy into the world. It brings me joy, it brings you guys joy. I love the beading process. I love making beautiful things. And what I really enjoy is that all of this also brings joy to you guys. You know, whether you buy my stuff or you learn new things. So by now, if you've watched a few of my vlogs, you know that I'm actually always quite low energy, I'd say. I'm pretty calm and collected. I'm not ever really excited or super happy. But you know, that's just me. And for those of you who are wondering, because I don't seem depressed or anything, you know, stupid things that people say when they don't think about the things that I say. Yeah, guess what? It's called masking. Because no one really enjoys being around a person that's always pulling everyone down around them. And I get that. Of course you don't enjoy it. So I've learned in my late teens to mask properly, so that I would have more friends, you know, that I would be pleasant to be around. I'd say that I've pretty much perfected masking my depression. The only time I am not masking is when, of course, the camera switched off and I am home in my safe space. I don't mask around my boyfriend because he's fine with me being the way I am. I appreciate it every day because it certainly isn't easy. No matter what phase I'm currently in, whether it's a very bad phase or whether I tell him that a bad phase is coming, you know, because you can feel it. So yeah, it doesn't really matter how I'm doing. He always treats me the same way. He's always supportive. He's never frustrated or annoyed or angry. You know, even back when I still had panic attacks, he was always there, you know. He always made it better. And I'm very glad that I have him. It's coming along nicely. So yeah, that's pretty much all why I started beading. And that's also why I will stick to it. Because beading makes everything better. That's not me telling you to pick up a pen or a paintbrush or a needle and you will get better. You know, that's not what I'm saying. It's just focusing my thoughts on a creative task really helped to stabilize my mood so that I could go into therapy. And who knows, maybe it can help you too. And I hope that if you need therapy, that you can get it somewhere. And I really hope that you have the support of your loved ones. I left out quite some parts in this little story time. I've noticed that I'm still not ready to talk about things, because I got all teary and emotional during those last few minutes. I really should go back to therapy at some point. It's just so unpleasant. You need to talk about stuff that you really don't want to think about. It's so much time, so much money to spend your time with things that you don't really want to do. I mean, of course, should it ever get really bad again, of course I will go. But right now I'd say that I'm in a pretty good spot. I'm definitely not healed. I do have some quite bad phases that I'm very much aware of, and I keep track of them, and I will go back to therapy if I think that I really need it and I can't get out of it, you know, out of a phase. But for now, I'm doing okay. I mean, if you have questions, you can leave them down below, but depending on how personal they are, I probably won't answer them, because, you know, there are some things that I will probably never share on the internet.
of my world came together with you. All at once, I was a man in your arms. I was seen into. The dew was wet, we had only met. It was all I knew. In your eyes, in the evening light, I was torn in two, I was built anew. Gold rays, long days by your side, sunbeams, everything was alright. Take me back there again. Can you take me back there again? Take me back there again. Years go by, we drift like islands over time. Will I watch it all reshape? The shifting of the plates, the rhythm of the saints, yeah. Gold rays, long days by your side, love dreams, all things were alright. Take me back there again. Can you take me back there again?
So I've been working now on those earring studs. You saw me glue those, and now I'm beading the first part for all of those. So those are the first 3 ones, and then there's 8 to go. And yeah, I may switch it up in between with those 2. That one's drying right now. And as you saw before, I've got a new earring shelf. So my boyfriend's currently building this one for me. We've ordered more of those brass thingies where I put those earrings on there. So I've put the earring on here that I made this morning, but when I'm done with these, those will go into a box because they don't have to hang like those French earrings. And yeah, when this whole shelf is done, I will place all those earrings on there, and I will probably get rid of those. That will come in super handy, and I really can't wait to finally have all that space for my earrings. So I will have some with larger distances in between, and then I have some with shorter ones so that I can put my mini fringe earrings on there, and 2 rows, as you can see. So there should be plenty of space, hopefully. Right now it's actually quite messy in my studio because, well, I think you can call it a creative phase, because I'm currently designing new earrings, and when that happens I usually get out all the beads that I could possibly need, because, you know, when I try out new seed beads, new color variations, I need to switch out colors here and there as I go, and there's just no use in putting them away while I'm working on new projects. Yeah, that's one of the orders that needs to go out on Monday. I will have to pack another 2. And I may do it soon because my headache isn't getting any better. I will take a short break and I've decided to continue working on those larger beaded earrings, and the ones you saw before, those were green and brown, and now I've decided to use purple instead of green, and I absolutely love the shades of Toho beads. You know, I think Miyuki is quite the standard for many people, and I prefer the shape of Miyuki round beads, but Toho beads have such beautiful colors. Seriously, I find personally that for fringe earrings Toho beads are too large, too clunky. I like them in some cases. I think, how is the name? I think it's Beatbox Crafts. One moment, let me check. Where is she? Where are you? I can't find you. You should be somewhere in my feed. Those two. Beatbox Crafts and the Pacific Thread. Both of them, they use Toho beads. And they make very beautiful earrings. I love their earrings. They're awesome. I find personally that they have figured out in what way to use Toho beads, because those beads, they are quite large. And not every kind of fringe earring will look good with them. Believe me, I tried. Mine looked shit. So I love Toho beads, but I can't use them for everything. So anyway, what I wanted to say is I absolutely love those purple shades. They feel kind of clunky, but in some cases I really like to use Toho beads. All my demi rounds that I use, those are from Toho. I love using their demi rounds because those are actually smaller or thinner than spacer beads from Miyuki. But yeah, right now I'm super happy that I got out all my round beads. So I will try to add these earrings tomorrow to my shop. But it's still quite a lot of work. And I will only bead as long as I want to and I feel like it. And also it's Saturday, so I will probably leave for grocery shopping in a bit and clean up a little bit. I will check in with you later and show you whether I got something else done or not. For now I will enjoy my Toho and Miyuki round beads. It's dark now. It is almost 6 p.m. and my head feels a little better. So I've managed by now to finish these. I will polish them again so that those stones are nice and shiny. And then I will add them to my shop tomorrow. As I said before, these are unique. Only one pair available. And I have, as you've seen before, I've started to bead the purple ones. So this one's drying right now, and then I will need to bead the second one. And yeah, about those earring studs, I'm not sure. I will see whether I will make some of those later this evening. I think I will need to lie down for a little bit. But you know, I've started this morning at 10 a.m. maybe, so that's pretty much almost 8 hours now. And yeah, I'm quite happy. I did some things today. And I'm quite pleased with these new earrings. They are absolutely not my typical style that I usually do. But that's okay, you know, I wanted to try something new, and for these being the first try of a design, you know, I'm very happy that I can actually sell these and that they're all neat and tidy. That was my Saturday. I guess it kind of was a little chatty, but I hope that was okay. I've now answered your question, and hopefully I won't have to answer them again very soon, because as you saw and as you heard, I'm not in the right spot to talk about these topics. The next video will be the tutorial for my fawness fringe earrings, as I said before, because I will provide a download for those. I will also make a video so that people don't have to gather all their information that they may need by watching a number of videos, but I want to have it condensed into one. After this vlog and after that tutorial, I will be back from my business trip. So keep in mind that the processing time will be increased, and the moment I'm back, it will be back to normal. I will relax for a little while on the sofa, read for a bit. Later I will pack those orders. So that's fun. Lots of counting again. So many star beads. The last few times people have bought star beads from me, they always go for the, or pretty much always, they go for the large option, so 120 pieces and then multiple times. So I'm very happy that you like my star beads, because I find them to be very cute. Also the hearts, guys. I have love hearts now in my bead shop, so check those out. If you like the stars, check out my love heart beads, okay? They're the same size. And yeah, but for now, I am off. If you like this type of video, you know, a little chatty, some vlogging content, or if you want to learn more about beading, please consider subscribing to my channel. If you like this video, please leave a like, maybe leave a comment or a question if you have any, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. See you. Bye.